Joshua 4. This is now the generation that were born in the wilderness, the generation who had not been in Egypt, who had not gone through the Red Sea, and now it is their turn to enter into the promised land. And Joshua says to them, Yahweh your God dried up the waters of the Jordan from before you until you had passed over. He dried up the Red Sea before us until we had passed over. He puts the two things in parallel. He's saying, yes, we as Israel passed over. But this also happened to every one of you, including you who were born in the wilderness, who actually weren't there. It is in this sense that the Bible is a living word. When you read the Psalms written by men many generations after the Red Sea, they glorify what God did for me at the Red Sea. This is where history, biblical history, is not bunk. It is not just a passing cultural, social history kind of interest to those who are interested. The history that you've got recorded here in the Bible, we are to enter into and to realize that as the seed of Abraham, we were baptized into the seed of Abraham, we are Israel after the Spirit, we are to feel this was done for me. And so the Lord Jesus, when he was suffering, in Psalm 22, you have an insight into his mind as he was suffering. He was begging God to save him from the cross, and God didn't at that point. And yet his mind went back to our fathers. Our fathers trusted in you, and you heard them, and you delivered them. And that was comfort to him. That even though it's not coming through for me at this point as I would like, I know that historically you, God, have delivered your people and always finally will in some form, in some way. Because it happened, as it were, to me. This is where, as I say, the Bible is a living word, and we've got to read the Bible as it's speaking to me. That I am standing there by the Red Sea on the shores, and wow, it's opening up in front of me, and wow, I have gone through and looked back and see the bodies of the Egyptians there dead on the seashore. This happened, not simply historically, but in a sense it happened to you and me, because of our identity with God's people, and because of the way the Bible is this unique book. It is not simply a book, it is a living word to you and me.